interesting. I like it when other people do VHS, show us their older VHSs. I don't really like the new DVDs, if I'm being honest, but VHSs, that's another story, and I'll start off with the oldest one I have. I think it's the oldest one, WrestleMania 3. Obviously you can see there Hogan and Andre on the front. Highlights of this card, obviously you got Hogan Andre, Hogan slams Andre. What's rated as one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time in Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man. You can see him there, that's a bit blurry, sorry. Then you got Bulldogs versus the Hart Foundation in a 6-man tag. I can't remember who's on Bulldogs, who's on whose team, but yeah, 6-man tag, pretty decent stuff. So that's WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 4 now, I've got a little quick thing I want to talk about here. If you see there, obviously it's broken on top, but this is a double VHS set. Now, back in the day it was very, very, very rare that you'd see a double VHS set. Now this is the only actual wrestling double VHS set I can remember that is only one pay-per-view. I've seen one where it's SummerSlam 2000 and Mayhem in Manchester double set, but that's just two different shows. This is just one show, all on, well, both on 2 discs. Discs? What the fuck am I on about? 2 tapes. My point is that I'm not a big fan of, like, nowadays you get these DVDs and it's all 3 discs, 4 discs, 2 discs, and it's like, it's just a bit of overkill for me. If I want to watch something, sometimes I only want to watch 1 disc, if I'm being honest. But then with these sets, they carry on from each other and you sort of like miss things if you don't watch them all in one row, if you know what I mean. But with this, like, so back in the day you didn't used to get that, you only used to get 1 VHS, but with this you got 2, that's what I'm trying to say. I went the long way around talking about it, and you don't even want to hear it, do you? Anyway, highlight of this show is the World Title Tournament, which the final of it was DiBiase versus Macho Man Randy Savage. The low point of this show was the overall quality was pretty naff. I was quite disappointed with this in the end, if I'm being fully honest. That's all the WrestleManias I've managed to find in VHS. Now, Survivor Series, the 2nd annual Survivor Series. Now, one thing I want to say about the old Survivor Series is that they used to mean something back then. Now, I don't know whether it's, obviously, we all like to put down modern wrestling and highlight what was so great about the old days, but the in-ring action wasn't fantastic in these things. But I think one of the things that made it so special was that you had all these guys from the territories that they just wanted to pick all the best guys from all over the territories, and this was probably like the first time you managed to see a lot of these teams going up against each other. So it was quite interesting. The fans would have realised that. Obviously watching it you don't understand that, but looking back you can see where it comes from, if you know what I mean. But yeah, main event on this is Team Savage and Hogan versus Team Akeem and Bossman. Okay, pay-per-view, but nothing special. Then you've got the 3rd annual Survivor Series, which main evented by Hogan. Again, what surprise, Hogan main event in a early WF pay-per-view. Ridiculous. Wouldn't have thought it would happen, would you? Yeah. Anyway, Hogan, Snake, Roberts and Demolition against Ted DiBiase, Zeus and the Powers of Pain. One thing I found really interesting about this is, look how big they put that picture of Team Hogan. And look how small and cut off that is. They must have done that bigger like that, if you can see there. But then they had to make room for this fucker up here. Anyway, yes, okay, sure. Quite memorable for the main event and like the whole Hogan versus DiBiase storyline and Hogan versus Zeus storyline as well that was going on. So that's quite entertaining. Obviously, you got a match of the Heenan family, which was also a good storyline back in the day. Yep, that's done. Then, for some reason, the 4th annual Survivor Series is missing. I've got it somewhere because it's Undertaker's debut, but I just don't know where it is. Half my VHSs just disappeared. Don't know where. Anyway, the 5th annual main evented by The Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan. Historic in itself. If you don't know that feud, then I suggest you check it up. Quite entertaining. Not really great in-ring action, but entertaining from the fact that there's this new character, The Undertaker. He's a dead man, and then he's going against the immortal Hulk Hogan, who can't be killed. So it's the guy who can't be killed against the guy who's already been killed, so can't be killed again, if you know what I mean. So it was like, who's going to win this? It was really, really entertaining watch. I won't give any spoilers, of course. I'm going to let people watch these themselves if they want to watch them. Obviously, I'm not going to ruin anything for them. So yeah, apart from that, the card's pretty dire. You've got Team Flair versus Team Piper on here, which has Bret Hart on Flair's team and Davey Boy, so quite interesting that way. But apart from that, nothing major. Now, this is one of my VHSs that I found that's terrible. Survivor Series 1992. Main evented by Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, IC Champ versus World Champion. On paper, it sounds like a fantastic match now. It was alright, don't get me wrong, but the joint main event, Perfect and Savage against Razor Ramon and Ric Flair. Fucking horrible match, gonna be honest with you. You don't want to watch this. It has Bossman versus Nails and it has Undertaker versus Kamala. From a kid's standpoint, I fucking loved those two shows. But even as a kid, I hated this show altogether. Do you know what I mean? I just couldn't get into it. Those are all the Survivor Series I could find. Now, SummerSlam in 1989. Now this, when I saw it, and even still now, it holds a special place in my heart. It's another continuation of the Hogan-Zeus feud. This time it's got Savage on Zeus's team rather than DiBiase, where I've just seen in the Survivor Series pay-per-view. What can I say about this? Nothing much really, apart from that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, a decent show overall from what I remember of it. I've not seen it for a long time. Like, I packed these VHSs away a good few years ago. That's why half have gone missing. I put them in 2 or 3 different boxes, and I could only find one. So I don't know where the other one's gone. It's probably hidden somewhere, but whatever. Yeah, a really memorable main event. But apart from that, nothing. Now this is another one that I hated when I was a kid. Main evented by Hogan and Bossman against Earthquake and Dino Bravo. You know, as a main event, that's horrible. And you're selling the card off a main event, that's terrible. And when I was a kid, I was watching for the main event. Didn't want to watch that. Sorry. Those are the Survivor Series. Right. Those are the SummerSlams even. Now, the only Royal Rumble I managed to find in my VHS collection is this. The best Royal Rumble of all time, might I add. I've got 2004 somewhere as well, but that'll be in that other box. Anyway. The Royal Rumble in 1992, the year Ric Flair went from the beginning till the end and won it. I did say I was not going to do any spoilers, but fuck it, everyone's got to know that already, so yeah. Put it in. I used to love these little animations they did on the front. Fantastic. Even when I see this now, I just got to look at it at the front. Just really good drawing in my opinion. Cartoon, whatever. But yeah, it's got Piper versus Mountie on here. Now, an interesting fact about this, not facts, interesting opinion I think about this pay-per-view. I've heard other people state it and I think it's totally true and I agree with it, so I'm going to restate it myself. It was the first ever time Roddy Piper won a singles title in the WWF, and it's taken him towards not the end of his career, but towards the end of his fully active career. In fact, I think he was almost retired at this point as an active competitor. So yeah, towards the end of his career, he finally wins the IC title, and then there's the world title is up for grabs in the Royal Rumble. Roddy Piper steams into the ring. I think it's only Flair left in the ring, and for a split second you think, holy shit, Piper is going to win the IC title and the world title on the same night after never winning a title ever. This is fucking awesome. I really got into the Piper character right then. I was really into it. And also at the same time, Mum had only just bought me an IC title. So I was walking around my living room, I remember as an 8-year-old kid, walking around my living room with this plastic, the really kiddie version of the IC title, not the foam ones that they do now. This is really plastic and rigid and horrible, and the plate was foil that had just been stuck on. These is what WWE was selling in those days, and it's so nice. I wish I had it. I've lost it somewhere. Mum probably threw it out as rubbish in the end, but I was walking around my living room in that, pretending to be Roddy Piper, watching the rest of the Royal Rumble, going, yeah, I'm Roddy Piper, what do we do as kids, eh? Idiots, aren't we? I still am now. I'm a wrestling fan, I'm 22 years old, what the fuck am I doing? Anyway, Mayhem in Manchester, the first ever show that I went to, 1998, I think this is just after when Austin had just won the title for the first time. Not that great of a show, but obviously it was a special place in my heart because it's my first show that I ever went to. Then I've got this, No Mercy, 2004. Now this was just on my shelf with my DVDs. I think I bought this from HMV in recent years for about a £5, just when just when DVDs had finally taken on from VHSs, there was a time when they were selling both, and then finally when they thought, right, we're clearing our VHSs, I saw this for a £5, I thought, I've got to get it. And now I've got a phone call. And with that, I'm back again. Right, so I was talking about this. No Mercy 2004, this is actually a decent card if I'm not being honest. JBL Undertaker, Big Show Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero Luther Reigns, Booker T John Cena, Paul London Billy Kidman, Suzuki and Dupree versus Mysterio Van Dam, Rico Haas and Jackie versus Dudleys and Don Marie, and Spike versus Nunzio. It is a pretty decent card if I'm being honest, pretty decent show. The SmackDown ones were always better than the Raw ones in my opinion though. And then you've got Bash at the Beach, my only WCW pay-per-view on VHS, July the 11th 1999, 2 days before my birthday. That would have been my 11th birthday, so yeah, I was still 10 years old when this came out. And pretty rubbish card if I'm being honest. I can't remember how I came into owning this. In fact, I think I was at like one of those cash exchange places, like Cash Generator, one of those places, and I saw this and I had to buy it, and I think it was only like £2-3 or something like that, so pretty cheap, worth owning but not really worth watching more than once if I'm being honest. Now I've got this as well. My mum bought me this years ago, never even fully watched it. As you can see on the front, it's got Piper and Adrian Adonis from WrestleMania 3. They're not even on this fucking VHS. I don't even know what company it's from. It just says American All-Star American Wrestling. Is that a company? Never heard of it before in my life. The only people off the back, because it has a little card there on the back, the only people I've heard of are Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. Apart from them, never heard of them. And I've never even seen the Gino Hernandez match. I might have the one time I put this on and watched 2 matches and got bored and turned it off. But that's about it. Eric Embry, I've heard of him as well. That's it. No idea who he is. Cowboy Scott Casey, I've heard of him. Apart from that, no idea. Tonga John, Grapplers. There's a tag team called Grapplers. How are we supposed to know who that is? No idea. Rubbish. And I've got this. A DVD. Not a DVD. A fucking what am I saying? A VHS box set of WCW. How can I explain it? WCW, basically mock documentaries of the wrestler. It's got Goldberg Who's Next with Sting Unmasked. These are just highlights of their careers basically packaged together in a video package that lasts about, I'll tell you exactly how long it lasts, probably about an hour per show. 109 minutes for both to put together, so what, 55 minutes per one. Then you got Macho Man Randy Savage, the man behind the madness. Rubbish that. What? Why would I do that awful impression? That was rubbish, sorry. Then I got DDP, Feel the Bang, rubbish. Another rubbish VHS. To be fair, these entertained me a little bit when I was younger, but not that much. Kevin Nash, The Outsider, with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. No time for that. To be honest, I've not seen these since I was a kid. Maybe as more of a smart mark, I'll get more from it now, but I don't think so. Then another Sting one here, Back in Black with Sid Vicious, the Millennium Man. Obviously they were booking him to get that better than Goldberg streak, weren't they? But yeah, those are all my VHSs that I can find. All my wrestling ones anyway. I've got Pokemon the movie here if you want to see it. You want to see it, don't you? I'll get it. Wait there. Look what you made me do. You made me drop Men in Black, you knobheads. Let me pick it up. There's Men in Black that I dropped. There's the Pokemon movie. And actually, my favourite VHS that I never watched, Stone Roses Live in Blackpool. Mum bought me this for like £1 off the market. She saw it and she's like, Stone Roses is his favourite band. He'll enjoy that. Bought me it. I've never really watched it, but I do enjoy having it. It's my favourite VHS and I've never even watched it, but yeah. She bought it me after the VHSs. I don't know why I've got VHSs just on my shelf still. I don't even think I've got a VHS player in my room. Oh, I do. I've got a VHS player. VHS player you cannot afford. Bye bye.